Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about Alpha Finance. I'll try to keep this short and simple and quick. I've looked at this project 3 or 4 different times and I couldn't figure out what was going for it, what was so great, and then I finally looked at it again and I finally understood and I was like, wow, this is legit. Alright, anyways, so Alpha Finance. First we're going to go over a couple of the tokenomics. So 250 million in circulation. 1 billion total max supply. They did initially start with about 150 million or 125 million. Don't quote me on it. It was 100 something million. That was the first start when they initially launched the project. But anyways, you guys can see they're on a downtrend right now. Now what happened? Well, they did recently have a hack. It was about a $33 million hack. It was similar to the Wi-Fi hack. So it's on Rec News, Alpha Finance. This talks about, they say the funds were intact, so it really wasn't taken out. It was mainly used to raid the vaults on Alpha Finance, so people's deposited funds were not affected. So you guys can keep that in mind as well. It was more so on the rewards and the interest rate, but still, that is a major factor. Anyways, you guys can read this article. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can check it out. But the guy created a really complex algorithm, or I guess you can say formula, in order to initiate the attack. But again, I encourage you guys to read into this. Rec News, it just talks about different links or different issues that happen. But I really like the CEO / co-founder. Her name is Tasha, we'll call her Tasha P. Tasha P, she is getting it done, man. She was with Tencent, with Band Protocol. I mean, she's doing a lot of stuff, man. Really smart girl. Just listen to some of the interviews. I mean, she gets it done, man. She knows what she's talking about. Really smart. She's someone you want to have on your team. But when you guys are investing or looking into projects, it's not about what the protocol brings. You want to look into the people. For example, a good example of this is Tesla. They aren't making any money except that's the biggest company in the world. Everyone's going into them because everyone knows how much of a savant Elon Musk is. It's crazy, man. This guy is nuts. It's crazy how people can get that smart. But anyways, I'm not going to harp on that. Let's go ahead and get into Alpha Finance and talk about it a bit. So Alpha Finance, it's an ecosystem of DeFi products. So you can relate it to like this. If you've seen Yearn Finance, sure, you deposit it and it compounds your interest. Basically, you're getting interest on your interest. But Alpha Finance takes a different position. They're actually leveraging your interest. So if you put in 1 Ethereum, they allow up, for example, is like 2.5x your Ethereum. So you can now get 2.5 Ethereum and you can deposit that in the yield farm and increase interest on it. It's getting like 25-30% on Ethereum. It's crazy. So here's the Alpha Homora. This is V1. You guys can check it out. This is 2.5. So it's a similar to yield farm, just like Auto, or you also have the other yield farm. What is that called? Yearn Finance. Just kidding, guys. So you can kind of see how crazy these rates are. So like 84%, 87%, 87, and I mean, compare it to Aave. So they did partner with Aave as well. So keep that in mind. That's huge business. That's great. That's good to hear. So let me show you guys the V2 so you guys, well, I'm not migrating my positions, but anyways, we're just going to show you guys the V2. So see, this is where you can lend your Ethereum to people. 18% interest. That is nuts. So here's the total value locked right now. It's about 9 million. They did recently have a hack, guys. Keep this in mind. Well, total value locked across the ecosystem, that was for Sushi, is 265 million. This was previously at like 1.3 billion. So guys, these guys were raping it, man. They were killing it. They were doing an awesome job. But anyways, that's a little bit about Alpha Homora, but you do want to keep this in mind. If you are going to use this protocol and you are going to be leveraging the position, as in getting Ethereum 2.5x as a loan, you are technically shorting Ethereum because you're getting that extra 2.5 and that has to be paid in return. So if Ethereum goes up, your position is going to be liquidated. It's a complex mathematic problem, but keep it in mind. If you're going to be using the protocol and you're going to be getting a loan on ETH, you're expecting Ethereum to go down. Because how it works is, say you get 1 ETH and you're getting a loan of 2.5, and that 1 ETH is worth $1,000, and you're getting 2.5, which is 2,500. Now ETH goes up, and ETH is going to, let's say, 1,500. Now theoretically you've taken too much. So if you got a loan on 1 Ethereum at the 1,500, you wouldn't be able to get as much. But it's a complex problem, but go into it and read it a bit, but just keep that in mind. This is how they can combat against that. They have Alpha X. So Alpha X is just like the perpetual protocol. It allows you to go long Ethereum. So you can say, yeah, I want to go long Ethereum, say 10x leverage. So this allows you to hedge your bets. So really cool. You guys can look into it yourself. I'm not going to go into it, but I had a couple of investors, Multicoin Capital, Defiance Capital, Delphi Digital, the Spartan Group, or Delphi Digital. I probably pronounced it wrong. But anyways, these guys, they're really big companies. They invested millions, actually. So it's not just like, oh yeah, let me just throw in $1,000 and get a little bag, see what happens. No, these guys invested a hefty sum. It's hard to find their white paper. I couldn't find it directly on their website, but I did some digging. I was able to locate the white paper, but you guys can go ahead and look into this. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description so you guys can read. So here's a little bit about how the borrow system works. You guys can see borrow action, and basically you have a health score. So when you're getting the tokens, you basically get a AL token, which is your quote-unquote receipt. So you put in 1,000 BNB, then you get AL BNB. So you get 1,000 AL BNB. So if you're wanting to get a leverage on it, the amount you deposit, you're going to get a receipt on it, and that basically says, hey, you deposited this and this, similar to how PancakeSwap works, and then you get syrup in return. So when you are getting a loan, you are going to have to repay the interest on it. So it is going to be leveraged enough to where you can earn enough to pay that interest as long as everything stays the same. But do keep in mind, tokens do go up in value and you can be liquidated. There are a lot of risks with this, just like I showed you on rec.com where they did get hacked. So keep that in mind. There is there's a scenario where there are risks involved, especially when the project gets so big. More and more hackers are going to go after it because it's a big money pool. And a couple things you want to be concerned about is doing any leverage or perpetuals or I wouldn't say options. Options are a little different. But basically leverage trading is very, very dangerous because you and I we both know that we don't know what the price of something is going to be in the future. If someone says they do, then you can just sit there and laugh and say, wow, good for you. Yeah, you're wrong. You're already wrong because you don't know. You have a 50-50 chance. And even then, it's still a 50-50 chance. But anyways, so main thing you need to take away from this protocol is it's really the first one that is actually doing leverage trading or leverage yield farming. So Wi-Fi doesn't even do this. And another thing is it's cross-chain. So they are currently on Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. So it's bringing the connection of both worlds together. They are looking into other chains like Cosmos and Polkadot as well, which is awesome. So this chick right here, Tasha P, she's getting it done, man. She knows what she's doing. She's been in this a while. She's on the ball. It's pretty cool. It's good to see. So you guys can play around with their website, see what it looks like, see what it's doing. Another thing I want to go over is the token itself. So the token itself is more so for a governance token similar to Wi-Fi. However, they are implementing a protocol that if you hold a certain amount of tokens, or if you're holding the tokens, you'll be able to get greater leverage. So for example, it's currently 2.5x on Ethereum. You'll be able to get 3x on your Ethereum. So keep that in mind. Really, really cool. So I know we talked about Alpha X a bit. But here's Alpha X, just so you guys can see a couple of the features. The funding rates is baked into the price, so there's no explicit funding events. So what that means is when you're taking on a trade, you do have like an interest payment or like an option. Like for example, every 8 hours you have a negative, a 1.08% payment. So with options, over time they do expire and eventually you just lose all your money into it. With Alpha X, they actually bake that in. So it's really cool and it's easy feature. So you can kind of just look and see, oh, okay, yeah. So they did build all these protocols on this website for ease of use and user-friendly experience. They also did this as tokenized leverage long and short positions. So now this allows a feature where you can actually, since your leverage positions are tokenized, you can actually use your tokens. So for example, you can stake your tokens or get interest on your options. So it's really cool. So instead of just getting an option, just sitting there waiting up or down, you can actually earn interest on it. It's infinite. So it's basically just a different cryptocurrency. Obviously it does have a fee, being that over time it does decay. But anyways, that's a side note. It's really cool. And then they also have a lower slippage through dynamic K. If you don't know what this means, basically what it does, we explained it in a couple of other videos, but basically it keeps one investor trying to invest a lot of money and having to pay buku dollars for it, or for example, if someone's trying to sell it, because what happens with that is if there's not enough supply in the market and they're trying to buy a bunch, it won't go through because there's not enough there, or they'll be paying buku dollars for it. So these guys are innovating a lot. Really good to see. You can find the token sales and economics. Here's the token allocation. You guys can see the different, I guess you can say, pieces of the pie that were split up. 10% Binance Launchpad, 5% Binance Launch Pool, private sale 13.33, liquidity mining 20%. So mainly private sale and investors, you're probably looking about 30-35%. So they did initially buy in around 2 cents, so they got a great deal. You guys can see the token governance and use of funds, 65% for technical and business development. The rest is for operations, marketing, and legal. Here's the token release schedule. 100% of all the tokens are going to be released September 2026. So you guys can see rapid inflation up until September 21st. That's when it slows down a bit, so do keep that in mind. So really cool. These are the project teams. We already talked about Tasha P. So yeah. Last thing I want to leave you guys with is on their Twitter page. They're responding very well with the news that they're working on fixing the situation, which is definitely a good thing to hear. But anyways, there's a lot of projects integrating with them, like Aave. They're working with Andre Krone. There's several different projects, and even Bow Finance. We talked about them the other day. But I mean, they're doing a lot. They're integrating. It's really something that she's very smart. Really like how she speaks and what she talks about. You should definitely listen to some of her interviews. But anyways, this project's doing a lot. Not financial advice, is just my opinion on the project. But anyways, guys, we'll go ahead and leave you guys with a wisdom one-liner, and won't take up too much of your time. You guys can look into it more and see what you guys can find. Proverbs Chapter 28 verses 26, those who trust in themselves are fools, but those who walk in wisdom are kept safe. Good wisdom right there, guys. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and without you guys watching, I wouldn't keep doing these videos, but I'm hoping I'm helping you guys. If I am, smash that like button. Go ahead and get started with the triple threat. Go ahead and start with the Celsius account. Here's a referral link where you guys can earn $20 in BTC. Really awesome. Set up a Celsius account, easy to use, and you get crazy interest rates on your Celsius account. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, you name it. The next one in the triple threat is a crypto.com account. Super easy to use, super easy to set up, really easy to buy and sell on it. I don't like how it doesn't have limit orders, but really easy to use. And here's another referral code for 25 bucks in CRO. Here's the referral link, A8GP, you guys can read it. But anyways, guys, a cool place to buy cryptocurrency on the go. Allows you to buy small altcoins, unlike Celsius. Celsius is more so like your bank account. And the third one, this one is a fun one, Voyager. This one is more so where you can buy with limit orders. It doesn't have as many altcoins as Crypto.com, but it's really easy to use, easy to set up. And yes, this one does come with a referral link as well, and you'll get $25 in BTC. This is how you can do a limit order. Super easy to use, and they don't charge any trading fees whatsoever. Here's the referral link. You can't copy and paste it, but you can look in the description to copy and paste, and you can put that in and set one up. 25 bucks, free BTC. This is the funnest one though. Lolly, free. There is a referral link to this one too. I've actually won 100,000 sats one time on one of the taps, which is worth like 100 bucks in Bitcoin. So it's crazy. Look, and there's even proof in the wallet. Look at that, daily stack, 101. Guys, set one up. It's really easy to do. Download a Lolly account and just set it up. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification. That way you guys can be ahead of the game every time we make a new video.